Hey, what is up guys? I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but as my channel grows, there's two quick stories I'd like to address which combine into one thing, and it's because my channel is growing. I just want to make sure I put this out there, to the world, and that I am a little bit better of a skater than what it shows on camera, and there's some reasoning behind this, that two stories I'm going to share. There's more than two stories, but I only want to share two right now because of time restraint. But I'm going to start off real quick. This entire video will basically be talking about why I really don't skate higher stuff, like, because I have done tricks down up to 7 stairs is I think the highest I've ever gone. Loading docks, stages, I've done stuff off of those, but traditionally why I don't. So why there's not going to be like a lot of footage really ever of me doing that. And it's not that the skill isn't there, because while there might be only 2 or 3 tricks I can do down them, I can do them, so the skill is there, not to like Tre Flip El Toro, but more or less. I'm going to start with the first story. When I was 8 years old, my family didn't have a lot of money, so a pair of shoes was supposed to last us like 6 months, and that was just because I was a kid. Traditionally my parents would last 9 months. But 6 months was like what they really wanted before they had to buy me a new pair of shoes. And when I was 8 years old, within 2 weeks, I ruined 3 pairs of shoes. And that brought up some, like questions and that. And I ended up going to a doctor and, seeing what was wrong, and it turns out I'm flat-footed. If you don't know what flat-footed means, let me quickly show you, and then I'll get into something else. Alright, so if you don't know what flat-footed is, it means you are missing this part of your foot. Right here is a muscle that allows you to walk upright and normally straight, and mine had collapsed, which means the muscle kind of just disintegrated. I don't know what happened, I didn't feel it, it wasn't painful, it just happens. Which means that, when you get those new Lakai Aaron Jaws Homoki Pro Model shoes, and they come with those Aaron Jaws Homoki impact soles that you could jump down El Toro and it feels like landing on a cloud. Yeah, I don't get those. What I get is hard plastic insoles. Now obviously these are really old and I definitely need a new pair, but these, what I have to walk on every single day of my life. If I don't have these, my feet hurt a lot. If I do have them, and I wear them every single day, I usually get about maybe 10 hours of walking. Just throughout a traditional day, so days at work, 8 hours, and then maybe 2 hours other places before I have to lay down because my feet are in so much pain. So skating, I usually get traditionally about 4 hours of skating before I have to sit down for at least a half hour to an hour, and the pain gets too much. Well, when I get to higher objects and I'm stomping down with a higher force and landing on the hard plastic, the condition I have on my feet, basically that means instead of getting 4 hours of skating down a 6 stair, I get about 5 tries. So that's why you'll traditionally not see me skate larger objects like that, because truly my feet kill after that, and traditionally I don't like to skate for only 15 minutes and then have to give it up for an hour. So usually that's why I'm usually skating flat ground, or I'll do some tricks on ledges and that. I'm trying to progress at that type of skating, because it just hurts too bad to do the other kind. So progressing further in my childhood, the second story I'm going to share also has to do with why I don't really skate higher stuff. When I was 10 years old, I went sledding with my parents and my brother, and we went to, my dad works for a college, we went to his college and we go sledding, and for about an hour we're on a hill. We're sledding, we're having fun. I'm a kid, and everything was great. And for some reason, I forget why, my dad suggested going to another hill. I think because there was more kids over there, and maybe me and my brother would have had more fun over there. So we go to the other hill. And basically what it is it's a hill that goes up, and then it hits a flat. Then it goes up to another hill, and then a flat. So it's a hill, flat hill. And that's what it is, hill, flat hill, and then about 100 feet of flat to slow down on. So for a good 40 minutes, we're sledding down and, just having fun and everything, but me, being the person I am, says, well, I've only been sledding since sledding on the first hill. I'm gonna go up to the second hill. And to me, that was like a brilliant idea. So I go up to the second hill, and I can remember my mom yelling for me to be careful. And I kind of just waved it off, yeah, I got this, whatever. I'm an adult, I'm 10. So I back up on the top of the second hill, and I get a running start, and I jump, and I throw the inner tube. It was a blow-up inner tube I was sliding on underneath me, and I go whipping down the hill. And I go whipping down the first hill, and then I hit that flat, and when I hit the crown of the second hill, I actually get air time. And I do a 180 in air, and I land backwards. But who cares, You're going decently fast. So now I'm building up speed on the big hill, the massive part. And I probably get to a little over 20 miles an hour, and I am screaming, I'm having fun, and all I can remember is someone scream, "Tree." Well, I stuck my feet in the snow and tried to slow down. Didn't help out. I hit the tree with a huge impact. I hit my back, and then my head kicked back, and I hit the back of my head. I cracked my skull. I can't remember most of this incident. I had a concussion. I was then launched from the tree because the inner tube compressed, and I landed onto a sheet of ice and slid on the side of my face for about 15 feet. I then woke up from this just eternal blackness. It felt like eternity. And all I can remember is my mom's crying, and I'm covered in blood, and there's blood all around me, and I'm in such a daze I have no idea what's going on. And just a horrible experience. But, ambulance comes, I get put in there, and I wake up in there because I blacked out a second time, and I'm strapped down to a board, and I didn't know what was going on, so I tried to sit up, and I've never felt a pain like that in my life. There has never been a pain to equate how my back felt right then. So immediately from the pain, I black out a third time, and I wake up, and I'm being wheeled into the hospital. I get a CAT scan, which, when you have like a strobe light flashing in and you hit your head that hard, I actually started to scream in pain from that. And then I black out again from the pain, and I wake up in a hospital bed. And the doctor comes in, and he brings in a couple, of those papers, and then he puts up on the light up board, not x-rays, but brain scans. And he says, this is a 10-year-old who is supposed to be, healthy. And his brain looks like a Christmas tree. It's lit up everywhere. He said, this is yours right now. And mine looked like a bulb that was ready to go out. He said, you only had a 10-second concussion. You should make a good full recovery. You should have very minimal memory loss. But I do want to address the fact that you're very lucky. And, that piped my attention. Like, very lucky. What are you talking about? He said, I have a major concussion, but it's like the lowest end. And he says to me, and I'll never, ever forget this. This will stay with me for the rest of my life. He said, if you were on a sled and not an inner tube, you'd be paralyzed for the rest of your life. It turns out I actually fractured my back in 3 places. And the thing I thought was funny is they sent me home 2 hours later, and I could barely walk. So I don't know why they sent me home immediately, but probably for 2 weeks I had a hunch and I could barely move faster than a quarter mile an hour. So those are 2 quick stories of why I really don't skate high things, because I have horrible back problems now. Truthfully, I was born with a curved spine and then I broke it. So that made it 10 times worse. But I don't plan on giving up skating until my body fails on me. And the funny part is my body already failed on me, so might as well never quit skating, right? There's a few other stories that maybe I'll share in other videos, but I'm really, really hoping this is under 10 minutes, but talking to the camera, becomes pretty long. So thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. If you have any injury stories, share them in the comments. That words that hurt your skating. So other than that, just have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.